Let's start with the video, Chapter 116 Summary. Joe rushed to the hospital after Mike called, saying Ming was beaten by his father. Initially, Joe thought Mike was exaggerating, but Ming's condition shocked him. Ming's arm was in a cast, his ribs fractured, and he was asleep. Mike explained the situation to Joe, who felt immense pain seeing Ming's condition. Mike mentioned that his father rarely beat him, but when he did, it was severe. However, it always led to a fight between him and Mike's mother, resulting in peaceful days afterward. Joe knew Ming was beaten because of his rash actions. Despite feeling responsible, he couldn't do anything. Ming woke up and revealed that his father was angry because he told him never give up his relationship with Joe. Joe sighed, telling Ming to take it easy. Mike then entered, holding beverages and fast food. After distributing the food, he left for a social event. Joe expressed his envy for people who grew up with siblings, having a support system. Ming smiled, taking the drink from Joe, who fed him through a straw due to his fractured arm. Ming mentioned the inconvenience of using only one hand, and Joe dismissed his concern. Ming and Joe were eating lunch when Ming's mother rushed into the hospital ward. She was anxious about Ming's condition and worried about his father's ruthless behavior. Ming assured her that he was fine and that his brother had to attend to some matters. Joe, who was standing on the side, offered to go out and buy something. But Ming insisted that he sit on the bed. Ming's mother took a closer look at Joe and noticed his calm and natural temperament. She asked him about his background and family. Joe revealed that he had been in a coma for 2 years and that his mother no longer cared about his relationship status as long as he lived healthily. He also shared that his mother had uremia and that he was struggling to pay for her medical expenses. Ming's mother's attitude towards Joe softened, and she expressed her concern for his situation. Joe assured her that he and Ming were not in a shameful relationship and that he would pay Ming back once his career improved. Ming joined the conversation and expressed his desire to be with Joe. Ming's mother sighed and said that she couldn't decide on such matters. She was worried that Ming wouldn't have children in the future. But Ming reassured her that they could adopt or find a surrogate. Joe added that hurting another woman was not wise. Ming's mother sighed and said that she couldn't beat them in words and that she wasn't the one who could take charge of the family. Ming gripped her hand and asked her not to object to their relationship. Ming's mother reluctantly agreed. If you like this kind of video and want more videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only 8.7% of you had subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe, it will motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. Let's continue with the video, Chapter 117 Summary. Ming's mother stayed in the hospital until after 10 p.m. The next day, Ming insisted on getting discharged, and Joe helped him with the discharge procedures. Jim, who came to take them home, was shocked by the small and outmoded neighborhood where Joe and Ming lived. After returning home, Ming's injuries made daily livelihood activities difficult. Joe had to request a vacation from his company to take care of Ming. Ming's right hand was injured, making it difficult for him to eat or take a bath. Joe carefully removed Ming's clothes and washed his body in the small bathroom, trying to prevent water from touching Ming's injuries. After the shower, the two watched a movie on the sofa. Joe's cell phone suddenly rang, and an unfamiliar number appeared on the screen. Joe answered the phone, and Tong was on the other line. Tong asked to speak with Ming, but Joe hung up the phone. The next day, Joe received a call from Tong, who asked to meet with Ming. Joe refused and hung up the phone. Joe was not afraid of Tong's threats and continued to take care of Ming. As the days passed, Ming's injuries healed, and he was able to move around more easily. Joe and Ming's relationship grew stronger, and they became more comfortable with each other. However, their happiness was short-lived when Tong appeared again, causing trouble for Joe and Ming. Despite the challenges, Zhou and Ming's love for each other remained strong, and they were determined to face any obstacles that came their way. Zhou had mixed feelings about Tong. He admired him in the past, but their relationship became contentious. Zhou recalled the changes in Tong over the years. Initially, Tong was well-liked, but his ambition and powerful backing led to conflicts with others. Zhou once envied Tong, but resentment grew due to their rivalry for Ming's affections. Ming snapped Zhou out of his thoughts, asking if he was okay. Zhou assured Ming he was fine and forced a smile. They continued watching the movie, but Zhou couldn't shake off thoughts of Tong and their history. Their conversation turned to Tong again, and Ming revealed his plans. He controlled investors who could sue Tong's father, but he decided to let it go. Tong and his father owed the Yen family a significant amount, and Ming aimed to teach them a lesson. Zhou worried about Ming's parents' reactions, but Ming explained that his family would understand. His father, a soldier, followed orders, and his mother, soft-hearted, would plead for Tong and his father. Ming believed his family would let them go, ending future troubles. Ming leaned on Zhou, confessing his desire to do it despite his injured hand. Zhou declined, teasing Ming about being a one-armed hero. Ming persisted, whispering his suggestion in Zhou's ear. Zhou smiled, blocking Ming's lips with his finger. Don't forget to share this video and comment your thoughts about the series. Let's continue with the video, Chapter 118 Summary. Zhou took care of Ming, enjoying their peaceful time together. This was the first time Zhou had a leading role, and he was determined to do his best. They spent afternoons reading scripts, with Ming observing Zhou's different emotional portrayals. Zhou found happiness in these ordinary moments with Ming. However, their peaceful life was disrupted when Zhou had to return to work. He resumed his routine, preparing for a filming in 2 months. His improved image and newfound fame increased his workload, as he wanted to repay Ming by making money. One day, Zhou returned to the company and was greeted warmly by his colleagues. They joked about Zhou's fame, but Zhou insisted on helping with tasks. He cherished the company culture, where colleagues were compassionate and non-judgmental about his relationship with Ming. Art then shared a piece of gossip, surprising Zhou. Tong was in trouble, and the news had spread throughout the industry. Zhou was taken aback, realizing the extent of the gossip. He asked, "What's going on?" He learned that Tong's father suffered huge losses, and is suspected of illegally raising funds. This affects Tong's acting career and company. People are eager to watch his downfall, but Zhou suggests it's the best time to get close to him, showing true affection. Zhou discussed work with Watt, who brought up Tong's rumors. Zhou warned him not to mock Tong, as he is still the son-in-law of the Yen family. Ming sent a text message saying he wouldn't come back that day. As he went downstairs to buy food, a military vehicle stopped in front of him, and an officer asked him to get in the car. Zhou, in his pajamas, asked if he could change his clothes, but the officer insisted on getting him there in half an hour. Zhou agreed and thought it wouldn't matter how he looked, as Ming's father wouldn't have any hope for him. The situation turned out to be more serious than Zhou had initially thought. Thank you for watching. If you want to read the novel, then visit patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Special thanks to my legendary supporters Melanie Harris, Kiera Russell, Rebecca, and Brian Stargell, Chelsea 212, Suzanne 233, Tamara Kumar, MZT, Maria Laubacan, Sharon Fong, Martina Bosankova, S. Armstrong, P. Pri, ed.